Often, great power can be generated. For example, when we prepare a CD and accelerate it to 170 RPM, we can see the CD directly generating torque and then being torn apart. So, what happens if we spin an A4 paper at high speed? First, we mount the A4 paper on a foot mold machine. We can see that even the legendary Nokia couldn't withstand it. Finally, we prepare an 80-year-old rectangular wooden board. Under the high-speed rotation of the foot mold machine, this old board couldn't resist such rapid friction and was split in half in just a few minutes. Then, we bring out more experimental tools for testing, and without exception, they all fail. So, when a very hard coconut goes up against A4 paper, who is the ultimate winner? This seemingly tough coconut is actually very weak. When the A4 paper comes into contact with it, obvious friction marks appear on the surface. As the experiment continues, the coconut is gradually cut in half. Similarly, the A4 paper wears down significantly under high-speed friction. By the end of the experiment, the A4 paper is barely there. Friends in front of the screen, do you think a high-speed spinning paper can go up against iron? How is it possible to cultivate heart tissue using spinach leaves at Worcester Polytechnic Institute in the United States? Some researchers have tried to find replacements for tissues and organs damaged by disease or genetic factors. In the past, some scientists wanted to use 3D printing technology to create heart tissue. However, during testing, they found it difficult to operate because the blood vessels in the heart are very tiny, leading to failure. Eventually, someone discovered that some plant roots are similar to human blood vessels, so they thought of experimenting with spinach leaves. They used a special method to remove all plant cells from the spinach leaf, leaving only a framework. Once these steps were completed, they introduced human cells into the spinach leaf framework, allowing human cells to gradually grow on it. After a few days, it became a transparent spinach leaf covered with human cells. To better simulate blood flow, researchers created an artificial blood and injected it into the spinach leaf. And surprisingly, it started to circulate. If this technology truly succeeds in the future, it could save many heart disease patients by revitalizing their weakened hearts. Have you ever seen a manned flying vehicle that can soar freely in the sky? The flying vehicle in the video can reach speeds of up to 150 kilometers per hour, easily outpacing some high-performance speedboats. It is reported that its flying altitude can reach about 20 meters. The operation is very simple. People just need to stand on the flying vehicle. Then, secure your feet, put on the helmet, and hold the flight controller. With the powerful thrust of the aircraft, you can easily rise into the air. It is equipped with 4 turbocharged engines, each reaching 250 horsepower. To prevent losing balance during operation, balance assist engines are installed on both sides. It has a built-in fault protection system that will land on the nearest open ground if a malfunction occurs. When you want to enjoy the surrounding scenery, it can hover in midair, offering a panoramic view. Even with the balance system, the pilot needs professional training to master the skills. Otherwise, they might fall into the water. Although this personal aircraft looks very cool, there are still many challenges to mass use in real life. Friends in front of the screen, do you think this personal aircraft can become widespread in the future? When looking in the mirror, you'll notice a strange phenomenon. The image is flipped left to right. For example, if you draw a small dot on your left cheek, the mirror shows it on the right side of your face. Why does the mirror show this? Why do mirrors flip left and right but not up and down? Actually, in real life, mirrors don't flip things left or right, nor up or down. The reason we perceive this is because objects rotate around an axis perpendicular to the mirror. For example, when two people stand facing each other, their left and right directions are completely opposite. This is because their left and right are based on their own perspective, but this doesn't happen with up and down. When an image in front of a mirror appears flipped left to right, the reference points for left and right change, so we see the mirror flipping the object left to right. If you prepare something with letters or numbers and face it towards the mirror, the letters on the object are already flipped. You can try a simple experiment. Take a transparent card and write letters on it. If you rotate the card to face the mirror, the letters will flip left to right. But if you face the letters towards yourself, the letters in the mirror will appear normal. Friends in front of the screen, have you ever studied this phenomenon closely? Why is the surface of a golf ball not smooth but instead covered with tiny dimples? In people's conventional understanding, the smoother a ball is, the less friction it encounters. When a ball is hit with the same force, a smoother ball should travel farther. However, it was later discovered that this isn't the case. Detailed research found that under the same force and conditions, a ball with a dimpled surface experiences 50% less drag than a smooth ball, allowing it to travel about 5 times farther. It's well known that when an object moves rapidly through the air, it encounters 2 types of resistance. The first is pressure drag caused by the pressure difference in front and behind the object, and the second is friction between the object and the airflow. At high speeds, pressure drag has a greater impact. To reduce this drag, golf balls are designed with dimples. These dimples help the airflow pass over the ball more efficiently. When the ball is in motion, these dimples create small vortices that have a certain attraction, pulling in some fluid molecules. This helps the boundary layer. Pushing the separation point backward reduces its pressure drag. Friends in front of the screen, do you know what material the inside of a golf ball is made of? Do you know how big the largest airplane in the world is? Although the giant American twin fuselage jet has had 2 test flights, the truly operational super-large aircraft is only the N-25. So, in a real sense, it is considered the largest airplane in the world. From the video, we can feel its enormous size. According to reports, the N-25's fuselage length reaches 84 meters, with a wingspan of 8.4 meters and a height of about 19 meters, equivalent to a 6-story building. If you observe this plane up close, it looks like a giant. As a super-large transport aircraft, its cargo hold can carry up to 250 tons, and the top of the fuselage can hold about 20 tons. This type of transport aircraft was designed as early as 1985. Back then, to transport the Buran space shuttle, a larger plane had to be built based on the N-124 transport aircraft. This plane's interior has axles for up to 16 containers, and it can even fit a train with ease, because the manufacturing time was very short. The original plan to build 2 planes was only half completed. So, the only N-25 that was fully built and has transport capability is just one. Compared to other transport aircraft, it holds an absolute advantage in terms of cargo capacity, timeliness, and cost-effectiveness.